Welcome to Juan Valdez. It's the Colombian coffee, yeah? First, this is a volcan coffee. It's a strong coffee. It's very much a cocoa, chocolate. In this moment, I prepare a hot latte in this cup of 12. The first print. The latte, there are 2.5 espresso. I steam milk. This is a very good espresso. I make a hot latte. This is a hot latte.
And thanks to our biodiversity, in Colombia we have coffee with different flavors. Coffee lovers can try that has a little bit more chocolatey, that is a little bit more citrusy, a little bit more flour. And what we have found with Colombian coffee growers is that they put everything into getting you the perfect cup of coffee. That's why Colombian coffee is known as one of the best coffees in the world. People can come to Colombia, see and learn about the process of growing coffee, but also enjoy the diversity, the landscape, and enjoy everything you can do around a beautiful and delicious cup of coffee. So this is one of the typical balconies that you can find in the houses in the coffee culture landscape in Colombia. People can come and stay in the typical houses, say hi to everyone from these beautiful balconies where they do competitions of who decorates, who has the best flowers here. But also, of course, they have competitions for the best coffee. Welcome to the first experience of the Colombian Pavilion. You will be able to join a Chiva. This is our typical transportation bus in Colombia that will take you around the western and the eastern Andes region. You get to see the cultural landscape, but also learn about Bogota and the beautiful cities around it, where you can enjoy delicious coffee, a little bit of chilly weather, but also hot weather, and enjoy a little bit of Colombia. All right, so here we're in the Chiva. As you can see, it is a bus, or a typical bus of Colombia. This bus, we use it to carry people, to carry coffee, to carry fruits around. And it's a bus that allows us here in the Colombian Pavilion to enjoy the first experience, to learn about the coffee culture landscape, Bogota, Medellin, and some of the other major cities of the eastern and the western Colombian Andes.
All of these incredible places you see are possible thanks to Colombia's imposing mountain ranges.
Coming through these mountains as we're doing today, I met the woman who stole my heart.
Hi, Omar.
This is Estela. She'll be your guide as you discover the history of the Western Colombian Andes. Let's start with Bogota, the country's capital. Art, gastronomy.
The people of Bogota are great hosts for both tourism and business.
You can say the history of these lands is very steep, isn't it, Stella? Joy, happiness, and the desire to have a good time also flourish in the city.
This is all helping build the future of the country.
Yes, innovation. It is also the birthplace of famous artist Fernando Botero, of whom you saw a sculpture before you came in today.
This is the story of the Western Colombian Andes, mountains of coffee and flowers.
What on earth brought you here to the Colombian Massif? Ancestral origins. My name is Cachipri, which means daughter of water. My parents brought me to this place when I was little, so I would learn that before us there were other peoples and other native cultures that had artistic and religious expressions very much like our own.
Arena and Amazon basins. It's the heart of some of the most representative indigenous communities in the territory.
There are places in this land where we can find the knowledge of lost ancient cultures, such as Tierra Adentro.
That's right, Kaki.
Water, so what is our mission in this Colombia of the future?
That is a great question, Cachipri, to which I have no answer. I am water. I cannot see the future.
I believe that by preserving our past and our culture, we can understand ourselves as part of the future.
I agree with you.
I'm going to show you something on this loom, the one my grandmother taught me to use. I remember the first time I visited the Las Lajas Sanctuary, a place my grandmother took me to as a child. I visited Popayán to witness the celebration of the Holy Week. It opened my eyes to a world where we'll have different beliefs, which we must respect.
Perhaps I know someone who might be able to answer your question. Show us your loom.
Rainforests and plains. Let us be carried away by the wisdom of nature. The air has granted us permission to experience the journey of the ancestral of everything we've been gifted, especially water.
Let's go back to my region. I want to take you to a very special place, Taita Manuel. The perfect place to gaze at the stars is the desert. For hundreds of years, the native peoples learned to follow the stars. We still look at them, so we don't forget where we come from. They are our GPS, leading the way to keep alive our ancestral wisdom. My grandparents taught me to look at the sky, but also to look at the earth, at the water. It's huge.
It's a World Heritage Site, essential to the preservation of the planet's biodiversity and natural ecosystems. It's a true treasure.
It's so beautiful.
The River of Seven Colors is a great example of how water is life. Perhaps our future, indigenous or not, depends on taking care of everything we've been given, especially water.
Let's go back to my region. I want to take you to a very special place, Taita Manuel. The perfect place to gaze at the stars is the desert. For hundreds of years, the native peoples learned to follow the stars. We still look at them, so we don't forget where we come from. They are our GPS, leading the way to keep alive our ancestral wisdom. My grandparents taught me to look at the sky, but also to look at the earth, at the water, to know who I am.
Maybe that's the answer you were looking for. It's time for me to go, but the journey will continue to Ruins Gallery.
From here, where the sun sets, plains, epic sunsets, and an immense variety of flora and fauna. This is the Orinoquia. We, the Llaneros, learn to ride first and walk after. That's the way we are raised up. Here we grew up among the escrows, the biodiversity unlike any other in Colombia. The Llanera culture speaks of cattle, horses, coleo and moroco. But if it's Colombian rhythm music, then follow the earth, and you'll happen upon a pleasant surprise.
Now use your right hand first like this. Try to follow the rhythm. Now your other hand like this. This is basic Curulao beat, which goes like this. It goes something like this. Paradise we live in, one of the most biodiverse ecosystems in the world, where thousands of birds and fantastic underwater species live. We can even find humpback whales that can't be burned in our waters. But don't think that the Colombian Pacific is just beaches. It's also Cali, a vibrant city brimming with culture, entrepreneurship, design, and style, with a captivating and electrifying atmosphere. Whether you're here on business or simply to have a good time, after all.
Okay? You got it? Now faster. Good. Okay, good. The Greater Colombian Caribbean enjoys a huge number of rhythms thanks to its blend of fascinating cultures, from the indigenous Guayú to the raizales and palenqueros, with rhythms such as vallenato, porro, cumbia, which have been recognized as World Heritage, show the world that we are a land of contrasts.
It is true. As you start heading away from the sea, you will find beautifully quaint little towns and start with a simple rhythm using the drums in front of you. Now use your right hand first like this. Try to follow the rhythm. Now your other hand like this. This is basic Curulao beat, which goes like this. It goes something like this. That was really good, and our music reflects the paradise we live in, one of the most biodiverse ecosystems in the world, where thousands of birds and fantastic underwater species live. We can even find humpback whales that can't be burned in our waters. But don't think that the Colombian Pacific is just beaches. It's also Cali, a vibrant city brimming with culture, entrepreneurship, design, and style.
The Barranquilla Carnival is a colorful celebration in which we get to express all the folklore and diversity of rhythms that make up the Greater Colombian Caribbean. Just like the Carnival, we are a region filled with joy, color, and diversity. We always have people from all around the world who get to experience firsthand our warmth.
It's impossible not to active in productivity and entrepreneurship, in the creation of industry and renewable energies. This is a place that's quite simply impossible not to fall in love with.
So now you know we'll be expecting you. Jonathan, get over here. I want to bid farewell to our guests with a dance. Hey, Jonathan.
Are we dancing champeta?
Yes, sir, we are. Join in, don't be shy.
You can definitely feel the rhythm and flavor in the air.
You can feel the heat, not only in the weather, but in all the people who live their lives passionately. You should never let that fire inside of you go out. I'll see you soon to tell you more.